What happened in the final 60 seconds would change everything. But first, you need to understand how Sophia spent 14 years building a fortress around her heart, only to watch her ex-husband try to demolish it with a single microphone and a room full of witnesses. The way he smiled when he saw her walk in that night should have been her first warning. But the moment that would define everything, when the ballroom doors swung open and silence fell like a blade, that was still 3 hours away. The invitation had been mocking Sophia Chen-Harrison from her Malibu kitchen counter for 26 days. Westfield High School class of 2010, 15-year reunion. She traced the embossed eagle with a manicured finger, feeling that familiar knot in her stomach. It wasn't the reunion that terrified her. It was Tyler. Her husband James walked in, coffee in hand, green eyes immediately reading her distress. Where Tyler had been all flash and thunder, James was the steady mountain. "You're thinking about Saturday again," he said in that warm Boston accent. "Not a question. Why do I still let him have this power over me? It's been 8 years since the divorce." "Because first cuts run deepest," James murmured. "He was your whole world from 18 to 26. James knew the real story Tyler told everyone, the ambitious prosecutor and his simple wife who couldn't keep up. But James knew the truth, the gaslighting, the systematic destruction of her confidence until she felt like a ghost in her own life. "I don't want to go," she whispered. "Then we won't," he said simply. "No, I have to. If I don't, he wins." She looked around their clifftop home. "He'll say I'm hiding in my golden cage." The Beverly Hills Country Club was exactly as she remembered. Old money and suffocating tradition. In the grand ballroom, faces turned and whispers erupted. "That's Sophia Chen, Tyler's ex. Did you hear who she married? Her best friend, Elena Rodriguez, rescued her with a fierce hug. You look incredible, like burn it all down incredible." "It's my armor," Sophia managed. "Good. The snake is by the champagne fountain." There he was, Tyler Brennan, barely changed, surrounded by admirers. Still that $1 million smile that once made her believe in fairy tales. For an hour, she managed to stay in safe conversations with genuine friends. Maybe Tyler would ignore her. Foolish hope. She saw the moment he noticed her. Those pale blue eyes had narrowed. He excused himself and began weaving through the crowd. "Showtime," Elena muttered. "Remember who you are now." "Sophie," Tyler said, stopping before them. His voice was silk over steel, eyes appraising her from designer heels to diamond earrings. "You clean up well. Success suits you." The old Sophia would have flushed. The new one met his gaze without flinching. "Hello, Tyler. You haven't changed at all." Annoyance flickered before he masked it. "Congratulations on landing James Harrison. That must be liberating. No more worrying about student loans, right? First off shot fired. You didn't earn your life. You married it." "I'm very happy, Tyler. It's quite a leap from our studio apartment, isn't it? Remember splitting ramen on Friday nights? I guess you're dining at Nobu now." "I remember our past very clearly, Tyler." "All of it." His smile tightened. She wasn't just talking about ramen. She meant the inheritance that funded his campaigns, the job offers she'd declined for him. Someone clapped his shoulder. "Tyler!" "They want you to say a few words." His face lit up. An audience. A microphone. "You'll excuse me. Some of us still network." Elena whistled. "He's preparing for public execution." Before we continue, please comment below where you are watching from, and don't forget to subscribe. Crystal against metal rang through the ballroom. Tyler stood in the spotlight, whiskey in hand, looking every inch the confident leader. "Hey everyone, 15 years, cheers answered them. Some of us look older, some richer." His eyes found Sophia. "Some are just grateful to be standing." He was a master of implication, each word a stone thrown into public opinion. "I see incredible success stories. Doctors, entrepreneurs, people who fought to build something real." He sipped whiskey. "I want to acknowledge my ex-wife, Sophia Chen." The crowd murmured, audacious, calling her by her maiden name. "We were high school sweethearts, built a life from nothing. I poured everything into my career, and she was beside me. For a while. For a while dripped poison, suggesting abandonment. Life takes us in different directions. Tyler's speech poisoned the atmosphere. Whispers everywhere, judgmental glances, carefully phrased questions designed to draw blood. Sophia, we were so shocked about you and Tyler. Then James Harrison. What a whirlwind. Each interaction was a paper cut. Tyler had successfully framed the narrative. He was the self-made man, she was the gold digger. The most painful part was the silence of people who should have known better. Former friends who'd seen her working 2 jobs while Tyler was in law school now stood by, unwilling to challenge his version. She retreated to an empty table, watching Tyler bask in victory. This wasn't just about hurting her. It was about power, re-establishing dominance, settling a score with his wounded ego. Brian Kim, the quiet tech entrepreneur, approached with water. He's being a complete ass. Anyone who believes that garbage is an idiot. His kindness was a lifeline. Tyler's voice boomed again. Let's share lessons learned stories. Our biggest failures. That's where real growth happens. He was escalating, preparing the killing blow. This gets me thinking about personal failure. Tyler continued it from the stage. I once knew someone with incredible potential. An artist, brilliant. She could have changed the world. Sophia's breath caught, her paintings, her abandoned dreams. But she got scared, let fear paralyze her, chose the safe path, comfort, security. But at what cost? What happens when you trade your soul for safety? The words struck like physical blows. He was erasing his role in destroying her confidence, recasting himself as mournful witness to her downfall. The saddest part is she doesn't realize what she's lost. Living in a beautiful golden cage but forgotten how to fly. He looked directly at her. I see her now, and all I see is a ghost of the girl I used to know. That, my friends, is true tragedy. Suffocating silence. He'd painted her as hollow shell, woman who'd sold her essence for luxury. The room believed him. Her composure crumbled. The dress felt like costume, confidence a mask. She was that 24-year-old again, seeing only what Tyler told her. Not enough, never enough. The room spun. Gold digger. Failure. James moved with complete self-possession. Collective gaze followed him. Tyler's supporters froze. Their bubble burst. James didn't glance at Tyler. He reached Sophia, took her hand, kissed it gently. Sorry I'm late. Board meeting ran long. What are you doing here? You're my wife. Tyler stepped forward. Harrison, I'm Tyler Brennan. We haven't been introduced. Offered his hand, James looked at it, then Tyler's face. Made no move to shake. An introduction isn't necessary. I know who you are. Devastating. Tyler's hand dropped. I believe you were sharing failure stories, James said mildly. Just reminiscing. My wife is one of the most resilient people I've met. She measures success by quiet integrity, not volume of self-promotion. Each word dismantled Tyler's narrative. This performance is over. To Sophia, shall we get air? Leading her away, Tyler stood alone, deflated. On the terrace, James held her hands. Thank you. I will never allow someone to speak about my wife that way. Tyler appeared, thunderous. I need to talk to her alone. James stepped forward. I don't think so. You have no idea what we went through. I know about the inheritance that funded your campaigns, the fellowship you convinced her to decline. After your first case, you bought a BMW but said there wasn't money for her journalism conference. Tyler paled. How? When I fell in love with Sophia, I made it my business to understand everything. You systematically dismantled her confidence, ambitions, self-worth. You are a footnote in my wife's story. Learn to accept that. Back inside, atmosphere electric. Tyler stumbled in, ashen, but the true reckoning came from Sophia. She walked to former classmates who'd supported Tyler. You're right, my life is different. My husband celebrates my achievements instead of undermining them. That's the real difference. Her voice rose, drawing attention. For years, I let Tyler define me. He told me I was weak, nothing without him, and I believed him. She looked at Tyler, trapped. But he was wrong. My life began when I left Tyler Brennan. Everything I have exists because I finally believed in myself. Stunned silence. She'd reclaimed her story. Applause began, spreading through the room. James came to her side, eyes shining with pride. Sophia looked around at familiar faces. She was no longer a ghost. She was real, whole, and finally free. The reunion was just a room full of people, and she was no longer afraid.